Hello, my name is Katharine Gray. Welcome to this Friends First video. Today I want to talk about Christian denominations, because I think one of the things that often stops people contacting somebody else is their denomination. Now, I'm not going to go into all the different Christian denominations and how they differ, but I just want to make you stop and think about this particular issue. I'd like to take some examples from real life conversations we've had with people where they've said things about a certain denomination and it's stopped them from contacting them. So, for example, we often hear, oh, Catholics worship Mary, or evangelicals, they're all happy clappy, or Pentecostals have no depth, or that person isn't born again, or I dislike the Anglican Book of Prayer and I don't want to be with somebody who likes that. Now, I hope some of those phrases you'll recognise, but the reality is, unless you have really been in a denomination for a long time, you really have no idea what it's like. I remember joining a golf club once, and the impression that we were given before we were members, the rumours around the golf club were so completely different to my experience when I joined it. Or my experience of joining it was very different to what I was expecting based on what I'd heard from the rumours. And I think a denomination is very similar. We all hear things about different denominations that make us think that's what they're like. But the reality is, like my golf club, unless you've been in it and you've experienced it for yourself, you don't really know. You think you might know. You think about these generalizations. Maybe they've been passed down to you from family members or friends, or maybe you've met one person from that denomination and that's shaped your view. But I would strongly encourage you to set that aside and to get to know the person and to find out about their faith and not just to label them with a denomination. From my experience of the Catholic and Anglican churches, there are no generalizations, and every single person that I have met within those denominations has their own unique faith. Yes, sometimes those generalizations appear true, but then when you get to meet the person and speak to them in more depth about their faith, a very different picture is revealed, and it's a real learning point for us. Surely what's much more important is someone's expression of faith than the label of denomination that they have. To me anyway, that's far more important, and I would hope as somebody who has a living and active faith, that would be more important to you. You want to find out what their faith is like and whether it matches yours, irrespective of the label. Maybe somebody you meet is a very different denomination from you, but when you get to meet them, you actually discover that their spirituality, the way they practice their faith, is very similar to you. It just has different labels. Or perhaps you discover a method of prayer or a method of worship that actually you didn't know about that is really very encouraging and very helpful to you. Be open to these sort of things before you immediately dismiss somebody because they have a different denomination to you. So watch yourself carefully next time you look at somebody's profile and you read a phrase or something about their faith that just doesn't sound something you're very comfortable with. Just stop yourself and say, I'm not going to judge them on that basis. I'm going to get to know them. I'm perhaps going to ask them about this aspect of their faith, and I'm going to see what they're like as a unique individual rather than as a generalization and putting a label on them. I think that will really help you meet people and help you open your eyes to all sorts of different expressions of our faith. It may even help you meet that someone special, someone you weren't expecting, but is waiting there for you. I hope this has been helpful. If you'd like to talk to us further about this topic, or you'd like us to introduce you to all the members on our books, because that's what we do, please ring us on 0208 088 3023. Thank you. Goodbye.